The images are unforgettable. Water rushing down Highway 24 on Ute Pass. And everything experts predicted following the Waldo Canyon fire is coming true.
Yeah, millions are being spent to repair damage and prevent it from happening again. And nearly 4 years later, the recovery continues. Only on 13, KRDO News Channel 13's Scott Harrison has details on what the fire's aftermath cost us and how much is yet to come.
First, there was the Waldo Canyon fire. That was bad enough. Then came flash flooding from heavy rains, bare mountain slopes, and drainage systems unable to handle it.
I worry about all the debris and water coming down and coming over the wall and washing away my sidewalk and getting in my first level again.
This kind of flooding hasn't happened often, partly because of this.
We've spent probably $50 million from our area just on the recovery so far, and there is more to be spent.
The money is paying for projects such as retention basins in Waldo Canyon to slow down floodwaters and trap sediment, metal nets to catch large pieces of debris, and new, larger culverts to handle more runoff. Much of the work along Highway 24 in and around Ute Pass is designed to protect Manitou Springs.
It seems to be working from that first year after the fire. That was terrible flooding, and there's only been a few times the pass has been closed down since then, so I think it seems to be working.
Other projects are helping the Waldo burn scar to heal. Last year, its regrowth rate was 15%. These before and after photos show more progress.
We're at over 50% revegetation up on that burn scar, according to some satellite imagery that was taken and analyzed by the U.S. Geological Survey for us.
But some experts say the burn scar's overall recovery is only around 10%. Still decades to go in that regard. And authorities say we still haven't had a true test of these new flood mitigation systems. We haven't had many of the intense sudden rainfalls that we saw in the year after the Waldo Canyon fire. Still a lot of sediment and debris on the burn scar that can come down during one of those heavy rains. A local emergency planner lists that as his biggest concern.
There's a lot of erosion going on up there, and we keep track of that as best we can. And this year we expect the burned trees to start falling.
One benefit of this new normal after the fire, it has shown surrounding communities how much more flood control they need. Manitou Springs just finished a $400,000 project to protect Crystal Park Road, the only way in or out in an emergency for many neighbors.
So if there is a fire, we might be able to save ourselves a little bit of grief down the road. So that's what we try to do, is look ahead and be a little bit proactive.
Woodland Park is close to finishing a mitigation project at the headwaters of Fountain Creek. It's designed to reduce flows into Ute Pass and farther downstream.
You notice Highway 24 coming up from the springs here, goes around through the city. These red dots and the darker dots are detention facilities.
The town also encourages low-impact development that keeps runoff out of drainage systems.
It's been sporadic, but I would say about half of our new development folks have tried to do something along those lines.
All these improvements have given the manager of Creekside Cuisine in Manitou Springs the confidence to open in the same location where flooding forced another restaurant out.
But, you know, they took out sandbags, so that's I'm thinking positively like that. So if they're taking out sandbags, I think we're doing all right.
He's hoping that means he, his customers, and all of us will stay safe from now on. In El Paso County, Scott Harrison, KRDO News Channel 13.
All right, thanks, Scott. And it is important to remember, emergency managers tell us, that future floods could change the outlook for how long recovery will last and how much more, of course, it will cost.